The Great Pyramid of Giza has stood for 4,000 years. It has been explored, measured, mapped, and studied more than almost any structure on Earth. We know its dimensions down to the centimeter. We know the weight of its individual stones. We know the angle of its passages. Or so we thought. In 2017, a team of international scientists pointed sophisticated scanning technology at the Great Pyramid and found something that stopped them cold. A void. A hidden space inside the pyramid, larger than the Grand Gallery. A chamber that no modern human has ever entered. That no ancient text ever described. That according to mainstream Egyptology should not be there. And it is not alone. Further scanning has revealed additional anomalies. More hidden spaces. More unexplained voids. Inside the most studied structure in human history. Sitting there in the dark, waiting for 4,000 years. Welcome back to Mysterious History, the channel where the official story is never the whole story. Today, we are going inside the most iconic structure ever built by human hands. The Great Pyramid of Giza. Most people think we know everything about the pyramid, that it has been fully explored and understood, that the mystery was solved long ago. They are wrong. What modern scanning technology has revealed inside the Great Pyramid in recent years is genuinely extraordinary. And what it might mean for our understanding of ancient Egypt is something mainstream archaeology is still struggling to come to terms with. Let us go inside. The Great Pyramid was built as a tomb. That is the official explanation. Constructed around 2560 BC for the pharaoh Khufu of the 4th dynasty. It stands 138 meters tall. It contains an estimated 2.5 million stone blocks, some weighing up to 80 tons. The precision of its construction is extraordinary. The base is level to within just 2 centimeters across its entire 230-meter length. The 4 sides are aligned to the cardinal directions with an accuracy of less than 1/10 of 1 degree. An achievement that would be impressive with modern surveying equipment. Achieved 4,500 years ago. Inside the pyramid, 3 chambers have been known about for centuries. The subterranean chamber carved into the bedrock beneath the pyramid. The Queen's Chamber, located in the middle of the structure. And the King's Chamber, higher up inside the pyramid where Khufu's sarcophagus was found. Connecting these chambers is a network of passages, including the Grand Gallery, a soaring corbelled corridor nearly 9 meters tall and 47 meters long. One of the most impressive architectural spaces in the ancient world. For generations, Egyptologists believed this was the complete internal structure of the pyramid. 3 chambers, a network of passages, nothing more. Then the scanning began. In 2015, an international team of scientists launched a project called Scan Pyramids. Their goal was to use cutting-edge, non-invasive technology to look inside the pyramid without drilling or disturbing any part of the structure. They used several different technologies simultaneously. Infrared thermography, muon tomography, and 3-dimensional reconstruction software. Muon tomography is particularly remarkable. Muons are subatomic particles produced when cosmic rays hit the Earth's atmosphere. They rain down constantly from space. They pass through solid matter, but are absorbed at different rates depending on density. By placing detectors inside and around the pyramid and measuring the patterns of muon absorption, scientists can effectively take an X-ray of the entire structure, mapping everything inside it, including empty spaces. The results were extraordinary. In 2017, the Scan Pyramids team announced the discovery of a large void above the Grand Gallery, at least 30 meters long, possibly significantly larger, with a similar cross-section to the Grand Gallery itself. This was not a known chamber. It was not a known passage. It was not supposed to be there. The discovery was published in the journal Nature, one of the most prestigious scientific publications in the world. It was immediately recognized as the most significant discovery inside the Great Pyramid in over a century. The large void above the Grand Gallery was the headline discovery, but it was not the only one. Further analysis revealed additional anomalies in the pyramid's structure. A small corridor was detected leading from the north face of the pyramid, approximately 9 meters long, leading to another void or chamber beyond it. In 2023, a team from the Egyptian Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities, working with the Scan Pyramids project, used a tiny robot camera to peer into this corridor through a small, pre-existing hole. What they found was a previously unknown passage, about 2 meters wide, with a gabled ceiling of chevron stones, the same architectural style used in the chambers deeper inside the pyramid. This was not a construction gap or an accident of building. It was deliberately constructed, with careful and intentional architecture, leading somewhere. Where it leads has not yet been determined. The passage extends beyond the range of the camera that was used, into darkness, into a space no human being has entered in 4,000 years. The discovery of hidden chambers inside the Great Pyramid raises a question that Egyptologists have been wrestling with since the announcement. What are they for? The official explanation for the pyramid's known chambers involves a theory called relieving chambers. The idea that certain internal spaces were constructed to distribute the weight of the enormous structure above and prevent collapse. Some researchers believe the newly discovered void may serve a similar structural purpose, a space intentionally left empty to manage the stresses of the pyramid's massive weight. This is the most conservative and mainstream explanation, but it does not satisfy everyone, because the newly discovered chambers appear to be carefully constructed spaces, not accidental voids, not structural gaps, deliberately built rooms with intentional architecture, rooms that someone went to significant effort to create and conceal, which raises the obvious question: what did they put in them? Several serious theories have been proposed about what the hidden chambers might contain. Theory 1. A second burial chamber. The most straightforward explanation: Khufu may have changed his plans during the construction of the pyramid. The known king's chamber may not have been the original intended burial location. The hidden void may be an earlier planned burial chamber that was abandoned or sealed when the plans changed. If so, it could contain burial goods, artifacts, possibly even a sarcophagus, untouched and perfectly preserved for 4,000 years. Theory 2. The missing inventory of Khufu. Ancient Egyptian texts describe extraordinary objects associated with Khufu and the construction of the pyramid, objects that have never been found. The inventory stele, a stone slab discovered near the pyramid in the 19th century, describes objects and structures associated with the pyramid that do not match what we have found inside. Some researchers believe the hidden chambers may contain the objects described in these ancient texts, artifacts from the very dawn of Egyptian civilization. Theory 3. Something far older. This is the most controversial proposal. A small number of researchers have long argued that the Great Pyramid is older than mainstream Egyptology believes, that it predates the 4th dynasty, that it was built by or for a civilization that preceded ancient Egypt as we know it. If the hidden chambers were sealed by a later civilization that did not fully understand what they had inherited, they might contain evidence of this earlier culture, evidence that would fundamentally rewrite the history of human civilization. Most Egyptologists reject this theory entirely, but the existence of hidden chambers that were apparently deliberately concealed keeps the question alive. The obvious question is the same one we asked about the Egyptian labyrinth. If there are hidden chambers inside the Great Pyramid, why haven't we opened them? The answer involves a combination of technical, political, and ethical considerations. On the technical side, accessing the newly discovered chambers without damaging the pyramid is extraordinarily difficult. The pyramid is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Any drilling or cutting into its structure requires extraordinary justification and international approval. On the political side, Egypt is understandably protective of its most iconic monument. Any discovery inside the Great Pyramid would be one of the most significant archaeological events in history. The Egyptian government wants to control how that discovery unfolds. On the scientific side, the research teams involved are proceeding carefully, using the least invasive technologies available. Mapping before entering. Understanding before disturbing. This is the responsible approach. But it means the hidden chambers remain sealed, their contents unknown, while the world waits. The Great Pyramid has stood for 4,000 years, explored and studied by some of the greatest minds in archaeology. And it has been hiding secrets the entire time. Hidden chambers deliberately constructed and carefully concealed. Spaces that no modern human has entered, that no ancient text fully describes. We do not know what is inside them. We do not know why they were built. We do not know what was placed inside them 4,000 years ago. But we know they are there, waiting in the dark, at the heart of the most famous structure in human history. Whatever is inside those chambers has survived 4,000 years of history. 4,000 years of wars, earthquakes, tomb raiders, and archaeologists. Still sealed, still secret, still waiting for the moment when the world finally gets to see what the builders of the Great Pyramid did not want found. Subscribe to Mysterious History for new mysteries every week. The official story is never the whole story. Coming up next on Mysterious History, small clay tablets found in Romania appear to predate the oldest known writing system by 1,000 years. If genuine, they would completely rewrite everything we know about when human civilization began. The Tartaria tablets. Next week on Mysterious History.